I'm Mia Carter, a quiet girl in a gray orphanage, watching as younger kids get picked by smiling couples. Their laughter echoes as they leave, while I fade into the shadows unnoticed. Each adoption day, my heart sinks a little more. I dream of a family, arms to hold me, voices to cheer me. The cold walls are my only constant. At 12, I'm too old, they say still. I cling to a thin thread of hope, whispering to myself that someone someday will see me. Rejection stings, but I refuse to let it break me. Then came Paul and Diane. They walked in one rainy afternoon, kind-eyed and warm, choosing. When I'd almost given up, I couldn't believe it. Me, Mia, with a family. Their big house felt like a castle. My own room a treasure. They hugged me, called me theirs, and for the first time, I felt wanted. Paul ran a hardware store. Diane baked pies and fussed over me. It was perfect, too perfect. Maybe I soaked it in, afraid it wouldn't last. When their son Noah was born, everything shifted. At first it was sweet. A chubby baby brother to love. Heidi helped Dion rock him, thrilled to be part of this new chapter. But soon their eyes turned to him alone. Hugs for me faded, their voices softened. Only for Noah I became the extra piece, tidying up, fetching bottles while they cooed over him. My room, once a sanctuary, felt like a corner to hide me away. Hope dimmed as I realized their love had limits, limits I hadn't seen coming. As Noah grew, so did the gap. I was 13, then 14. Scrubbing floors, cooking dinner, tasks piling up like bricks between us. Be helpful, Mia, Diane would say, her smile tight. Paul barely looked up from Noah's drawings. I tried hard, thinking effort might win back their warmth. But it didn't. Noah's toys filled the house. My drawings stayed tucked under my bed. I shrank into silence, invisible in a home that once promised belonging. Their love wasn't mine, Anna. Mary, it belonged to him. I watched Noah get the world praise parties, their undivided time. Every giggle he earned stabbed me deeper. Why couldn't they love me too? I'd been their daughter first. Rejection burnt worse than the orphanage's chill. I stopped talking much, afraid my voice would crack. The fragile piece the house turned into a cage. My dreams of family, a cruel echo. I wasn't their girl anymore, just a shadow to keep things running. By 16 I was a ghost in their lives, scrubbing dishes while they planned Noah's future. My heart ached, but I kept going, too stubborn to crumble. Then Mr. Ellis, Paul's old friend, started noticing. H dropped by with supply. A gruff man with a soft side. One day he caught me hauling laundry. My hands read, "You okay, kid?" he asked, eyes sharp. I nodded, but he saw through me soon. HD linger, helping with chores, asking about school. His kindness cracked my walls. I wasn't used to being seen. Mr. Ellis, Dom, he said. To call him became my lifeline. Wed talk in the yard, me spilling years of hurt. He listened, no pity, just quiet respect. You're tougher than they know, HT say. I started trusting him, this man who cared when no one else did. One night, after Diane snapped at me over a spilled glass, Tom found me crying by the shed. Words turned to comfort, then something more. In a rush of need we kissed, a desperate, reckless moment. I felt alive, but guilt hit fast. What had I done? Weeks later, I was pregnant, panic choked. I was still a kid myself. I told Tom, hoping H stand by me. His face fell. This was a mistake, Mia. I can't do this. His rejection sliced deeper than Paul and Diane's neglect. I distrusted him, and he left me too alone. Pregnant and trapped in a house that didn't want me. I broke, but cradling my belly, I found a spark. This Baba me Ethan deserved better. I'd be his family no matter what. I couldn't stay. Paul and Diane barely noticed me. Now, Tom avoided the house with Ethan growing inside. I packed a bag, gloves, a few dollars from babies, slipped out at dawn. The city loomed ahead, vast and scary. But it was my shot. I landed a job waitressing at a dingy diner, hiding my bump under baggy shirts. Rent ate my tips, my feet ached, but every shift built something mine. People stared, whispered, "Poor girl, alone," but I tuned them out. Ethan was my reason when he arrived. Tiny and screaming, I knew I'd fight forever for him. Holding him, I felt whole. The city was harsh judgment, sharp, but I worked harder cleaning tables, smiling through exhaustion. Doubt Nod called. I'd do this, but Ethan's coups drowned it out. I wasn't the orphan anymore, or the rejected daughter. I was his mom, building a life from scraps. Hope flickered fragile but real. Make it together.